Hey y'all, what's up? What's good? What's poppin'? This is just a little Q&A. I'm gonna answer a couple questions that y'all had for me with for my why I regret my BBL. Before we get started, if you are new here, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are my oldies, my goodies, my alumni, what's up? What's good? What's poppin'? And to all my new followers, I see y'all. Thank y'all. Whoop, whoop. And no, I have not forgot my other video. This is like just some questions that like y'all literally been asking like overnight. But let me just go ahead and answer a couple questions since I'm sitting here waiting to go into work. One of my questions was, how long ago was it? It's been, I got my first BBL 7 years ago. Well, I got both my BBLs 7 years ago because it literally wasn't even a year apart, honestly. So they both was 7 years ago. I did say the doctor in the last video, but I went to the first doctor I went to. His name was Dr. Ashpole, and he is located in Chicago. I don't even know if he's doing plastic surgery no more because his office is not in the same location. The second doctor I went to that approved the second BBL was Dr. McAdoo, and he is located in Miami. And now he specialized in like doing like, you know, stripper bodies and real big butts and stuff like that. Another question I got was, why did I get 2 BBLs? So I got 2 BBLs honestly because I felt like the first BBL, the first one I got wasn't big enough. But if I'm being 100% transparent, I didn't even give it a chance to like settle and become whatever it was gonna look like, because I like instantly went and got another one just by looking in the mirror like, oh, I want it bigger. So the first one didn't even drop. And I was like, oh, I could do a little more. And like I said, I was, I ain't gonna lie, I was thirsty. Like I had some extra credit. So I'm like, oh, I'm finna go and get me another one. I was thirsty. I was just doing anything, honestly. And like I said back then, it was more so, that's when, like, you know, Nicki Minaj had her big old booty and K. Michelle had her big old booty. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, you know, don't be a follower and blah, 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 blah. But I did get influenced by social media. I'm not gonna lie to you. And like I said, I wasn't even thinking longevity, baby. I wasn't even thinking that I had to take care of it the way I needed to take care of it, or I had to have money to keep up with it. I was just more so thinking of, oh, I got it, I'ma do it. And when I first, like, once I got my second BBL, and once I got home and it kind of like, you know, settled a little bit, I thought it was nice, you know, like it was cool. It was big. It was big. So, but I thought it was cool. Like I wasn't thinking about it dropping, and I wasn't thinking about all that extra stuff that I should have been thinking about, that I'm thinking about now. But yeah, I wasn't thinking about all that. So honestly, the reason I got my second BBL is because I was impatient. I didn't wait on it to fluff out and become what I thought it was gonna be, and I just wanted a real big old booty. Another question that I got was, did I do it for attention? So I didn't technically do it for attention. I did it because I thought I wanted it at the time. I wasn't so much thinking about attention because I always got attention. You know, my face always looked the same, and I didn't have a big butt, but I always had hips, so it always gave like that little illusion of me having a big butt or whatever. So it wasn't for the attention of like no men or no women in that case, because I am gay. But I wasn't even thinking about doing it for like the attention of other people. I was more so, like I said, just doing it because like I just want a big butt. I want that body. I want that shape. And, you know, but everybody is different. And that was something that I didn't think about either. It was just more so of like, I got it, I want it, I could do it, and boom, I did it. And I'm sorry, I keep adjusting my camera because I don't got my stand. Okay, I think that's better. Yeah. So and I'm not driving again. I'm parked, which is why I ain't got no seatbelt on. But yeah, so that was one. Like, did I do it for the attention? No, I wasn't really thinking about the attention. What I wasn't thinking about was all of the negative attention that it was gonna get, because I was just blindsided at the fact that I could do it. What was the other question? I should have wrote them down. But the other question was, did it hurt? That second BBL, it hurted. It hurted from the time I left the doctor, baby. Yes, it hurted. It was big. It was swole. I felt like my butt was on fire, girl. Like, my butt was on fire. And that's why he had to cut me out of the thigh, because it was giving too much compression. And I honestly felt like it was, girl, it felt like it was about to explode. And once I came home and like I was done with like the whole healing process and the whole swelling and everything like that, it didn't hurt, but it was heavy. Like, I couldn't run. Running, baby, bad. If I had to run, baby, I was, if Michael Myers was chasing me and I had to run, I was gonna be falling like a damsel in distress, because it was heavy. It was definitely heavy. And like, I was having like cramps and stuff, like it'll be like little sharp pains, kind of like. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm like, well, maybe that's because like it's settling and stuff like that. But yeah, I was like a little, it was like them little sharp pains. And that lasted for a long time. That lasted for a real long time. And it did make my back hurt as it started dropping, because it started, you know, you got to hold it up. Just say you dragging that wagon, baby, you got to hold it up. So I had to hold it up, and it was hurting. It was definitely hurting my back. I couldn't lay on my back. Like, you know how you go to sleep and you just lay on your back? I couldn't just lay on my back, because it'll make my back and my butt arch. So it was just like up. So I always had to like lay on my side. And yeah, that was very uncomfortable. So yeah, you could take that as it hurted. And yeah, that was about it. And what else did y'all ask? Was I going to get the proper massages and stuff? No, I was not. I was not going to get the proper massages, because like I said back then, how we got, you know, all the med spas, you know, and all of the girls that's doing the massages and stuff, we didn't have that at that time in Chicago. Well, I ain't gonna say in Chicago. They did have it in Miami, because that's where, you know, all the surgeries and stuff was like taking place at the time when it got super popular. So we didn't really have it a lot in Chicago. So no, I was not going to get the proper care for it. I was not going to get the whole lymphatic massages and stuff like that. I wasn't going to get that. So I wasn't properly even taking care of it. And another question was, do I regret it because it stank or because it got a smell? The only time your BBL has a smell is when you get it first out of surgery, and that's because you got all of that medicine and stuff, iodine and everything that's on your body. So of course that's gonna leave a smell, and you can't shower or anything until you get approval from your doctor. So you can't really like you can't even get a proper shower for at least like a week or whatever after you have your surgery. And it was a smell, but it wasn't like a smell of like fish or funk or nothing like that. It's like a sick smell, because like all that stuff is draining out your body. And if y'all ever saw somebody who just had surgery, you will see that they got their faja on and it's like filled with blood and stuff like that. That's because your body is draining, and that stuff do stink, like blood and pus and fluid that's coming from the inside of your body. Like, yeah, it stink. And another thing that could make it smell, if anything was to get infected and you're not properly cleaning your body. So yeah, that smell. But a BBL does not stink after everything is done. If your butt stink, it's because you ain't washing it right. It don't stink because, oh, you got this. First of all them holes and stuff is closed up. It don't make your body have odor. Like, and people think that because they like, oh, you getting that fake stuff put in your body. If you gonna be 100 about the situation, you're only getting a fat transfer. So all you doing is getting fat put into your body. If you not getting, like, now it might stink if you get all that extra stuff put in your body, like how they be like doing them shots and injections. You don't even know what that is getting put in your body. But when you going to get a proper BBL from an actual doctor, all they doing is putting fat into your body. That is it, because that's literally all that it is. If a BBL smell, then that means liposuction smell, because you're literally getting it inserted the same exact way. So please stop that BBL stink. And if you have a BBL and you having hunching and it stink back there, if y'all doing something with somebody and they butt stink, then maybe you should tell them to check their pH balance, or ask them, could they get in the shower and take a bath before y'all do anything, because baby, that ain't nothing but bad hygiene. So let's just clock that. Okay, let's take that stigma away from BBL smell. What was another question that I saw? How long did it take for me to heal after my second BBL? So it took me, I mean, you know, the duration, they normally say like after 6 months, it start healing, or what, I mean, it's all the way healed after 6 months. So I'll say around the time, like, it was like 6 months when everything kind of like formed and became what it was. Now, when it started dropping and when it started getting really, really heavy was, like I said, when I started like more so gaining weight, because the fat that they put inside my butt was already the stubborn fat that was around my body, around my problem body area. So when I started gaining weight, the first thing gained weight on me is my butt. It ain't really, my body gained weight, but like I said, because I had a tummy tuck and I had already had lipo prior to getting my second BBL and everything, I never had like a stomach or nothing like that. I just more so had the butt, so yeah. And then I had started gaining weight, so my butt dropped, so it got heavy, and yeah. Is there anything else? It wasn't that many questions, but that was more so of all the questions that I saw. And somebody did ask me, like, why don't I love myself? I do love myself. I just wanted to make enhancements. And I thought if I made those enhancements, that would make me feel better or make me look better in my clothes. Now, when I first got my tummy tuck, I don't regret anything else. Like, I don't regret my tummy tuck. I don't regret my breast augmentation. I don't regret the liposuction. I don't regret those surgeries, because after I had my daughter, I had a C-section, so it left me like with this pouch or whatever, and I never really had like a real flat stomach. So after it left me with that pouch, it left me with extra skin and stuff down there. So I always wanted that gone. So when I first got my first tummy tuck, at that point, I think I just became addicted. And then once I was accessible to being able to get it, I got it. But yeah, I did love myself, and I still love myself now. I do love myself now more because, like I said, I'm more educated, and I know the things that I should do and that I shouldn't do. So, you live and you learn. And, like I said, I know it's going to be all type of negative comments and negative things to say, and the trolls of the internet. That's perfectly fine. And like I told y'all, to come in here, have a seat, and sit down. Don't come in here acting no fool, because I will block you, because I'm going to protect my peace. Because like I said, when I first made my Why I Regret My BBL video, y'all made me feel so bad. Like, I probably feel worse after I was reading the comments. So if I don't respond to your comment or anything like that, it's probably because I probably ain't read them. I probably ain't read them out. Am I gonna cut them off? No, I ain't gonna cut them off. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead up in there, go for what you know. It is what it is. But majority of the time, you're gonna be talking to yourself. And I be seeing some stuff that y'all that a couple of y'all be saying, and I be wanting to respond, but I be having to understand. I can't respond to everybody in the world who got something to say about me. You know, everything ain't for everybody, and that's perfectly fine. But I do pat myself on the back for being able to come on here and talk about having a BBL and having surgery and saying some of the things that a lot of women who done had surgery is scared to say because of the backlash that they know that they're going to get. You're going to receive all type of backlash from people. But you're going to get, but we're not even the only people that get it. Now, do we get it probably more than most people? Yeah. But like I said, you get talked about whether you big, whether you small, you get talked about regardless. So I had to let myself know that too. Like, Kelly, even if you didn't have a BBL, even if you were overweight, even if you were this, it's still going to be people that have stuff to say. It's still going to be fingers being pointed, you know, because a lot of times, a lot of people who always got something to say, they're not okay with themselves. So they try to deflect off of how low they feel about themselves and try to make you feel low just like them. But because I've always had confidence and because I know that I always been that girl, that's just what I keep in my head. So for all the women that is watching this video and you know y'all are suffering from low confidence or low self-esteem because of what people say of the world, I really want y'all to know that they're not talking about y'all. They are talking about their self. They are pointing out their insecurities. And just because you choose to do something with your body to make you feel better about yourself, the world is going to tell you that you are doing those things to please the world or to please a man, or you just doing that because you want attention and stuff like that. So just keep in your head or just keep in your heart and just know why you doing it. Hopefully y'all not doing it for nobody else and y'all are doing it for yourself. But even if y'all not, hey, it is what it is. Like, we human. We do things, we make mistakes. It is what it is. You know, so yeah. That's just pretty much what it is. But yeah, so those are some of the questions that I just want to just go ahead and put out there and answer real quick for my people. Until next time, bye.